change your mind, if you change your mind.
I remembered that I watched Phantom Strider's top best and worst episodes of Steven Universe, mainly top 5 and top 5 worst, and he included this episode as the worst episode of the entire series. And it's solely on the fact that he couldn't stand the Watermelon Stevens. He hates the Watermelon Stevens. And with this taking place before Change Your Mind, I can understand his point of view along with the fanbase back at the time this episode aired, but I actually found this episode way more entertaining and peaceful, which in his point of view he doesn't enjoy it and it's boring to him, but for how this episode is structured when it comes to the closure of Steven Universe, well, mainly before the epilogue, it really feels like my emotions just gets chills every time I witness this episode. Mainly the song that I actually found really enjoyable, and I was still considering it on making it the main theme of this intro, but I changed it at the last minute. I feel like that the Watermelon Stevens in the second to last episode of the season is supposed to give the stakes of trying to do everything that Steven can when it comes to his powers that he got from Reunited, which by all means is a lot more difficult considering that the warp pad on the island is destroyed and he has to resort on having the Watermelon Stevens build a boat for him to get back to Beach City, with it being the only way to get back up. No matter how you see it, and even if Steven's powers go a little overboard for how he can transport his mind to Watermelon Steven across the galaxy, you can't make the argument that this episode is worthless because it actually gave the Watermelon Stevens a purpose, even though that this is the third time we get to see them in this entire series, because even though it may be good to have laws, content, help when it comes to Steven giving him the message, you can probably see it as a different point of view if the series wasn't rushed. With the bit of Watermelon Steven heading across the ocean with a boat that the Watermelon Stevens made, it's short, but at the same time, I found it a lot more wholesome, mainly the fact that Steven is doing everything that he can in order to get some backup. Even though that wholesome is a weird way to describe this bit, but if we actually had an episode involving Watermelon Steven heading towards Beach City across the ocean, I will admit that it will probably be pointless. I like the film Castaway as everyone else does, but at the same time, even if the struggle is real when it comes to Watermelon Steven, having a full episode on it would definitely make it a lot more dreadful, and I can understand the arguments of people waiting for the finale to come. What saves this episode for me, and the fact that Phantom Strider didn't mention this in his top best and worst Steven Universe episodes, is the song Escapism. Believe me, it's a peaceful song and a really chill-boning song to sit through, and I've listened to this song multiple times after hearing it. The bit where it sings free, it's really satisfying, to the point that if Steven didn't get any backup, then I'm pretty sure that this moment wouldn't even work. Despite how rushed these episodes are, I'll admit that this bit alone is the best when it came from all of it. So with that, I'm gonna be revisiting Change Your Mind tomorrow. I'm giving this episode a 7.5 out of 10, and I'll see you guys on wrapping up Season 5 tomorrow.